Good morning, Washington. It's Washington, and tonight we're here to tackle a problem that's facing all universities everywhere. And once it's actually not sexual assault, that's surprising. It is affirmative action. We know you thought this issue was settled, but of course, no. Decades later, it is still not. African Americans, Latinos, and even Indians are having to defend themselves against this issue. Who would have thought? No, wait. We all know that. Of course, you should at least. All right. So let's get technical here. So, what is affirmative action really? Affirmative action began as a way to combat racial discrimination for employment and in higher institutions of learning to comply with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Its purpose is to give special consideration to historical discrimination against minorities. Thanks. It's about time. It has been a source of controversy as many people believe it is to be a source of reverse discrimination. How? This reverse? And then to prove this Mindy Kaling's brother shaved his eyebrows and shaved his head to appear black? No, I don't have a shaved head, do I? No, I still look black, y'all? Okay, just making sure. I wasn't positive these days. But he claims that this helps his prospective gain into admissions to med school.
Welcome back. VJ Chokol Ingham, he claims that he managed to get into medical school by pretending to be black, when in reality, he comes from an affluent Indian American family. He later dropped out of med school at St. Louis University. He is now critical of affirmative action. VJ.
Well, it certainly didn't help his prospects with the ladies. We know that for sure. To show the image, just look at this guy. That is one of the ugliest black dudes I've ever seen. Come on now. We think he's just mad at his sister for being more famous than him. All this was a waste of time just because he didn't even finish med school. We got all of this trouble and he still faked to being black and still didn't even finish. You make us ashamed to be black. If I went, we would have finished. If any black parent, they would at least try to finish. He didn't even finish. Now, he does resumes. And now he can also put on his own resume doing weird social experiments that always fail. That's a shame. Just a total shame. But anyway, moving on, we now have some guests here tonight that will be arguing the pros and cons against affirmative action. Arguing for affirmative action is Faher.
Well, you know that minorities in America have historically been disadvantaged, and affirmative action is a way to level the playing field, help these groups to achieve more and fulfill the American dream. White people are still complaining that affirmative action is unfair, even when their own admissions applications pale in comparison. You know what's so wrong in trying to give certain groups a leg up, when other groups are already so far ahead?
Arguing against affirmative action is two white girls, Kendall Smith and Mary Rogers, who didn't get into the colleges that they wanted to. I'm surprised they showed up on time. The nearest tanning beds should just opened up 20 blocks away. Yes.
Oh, are we filming now?
Oh,
okay. This is totally unfair. I don't care that you're more qualified or whatever.
I kept a 3.0 even while trying to lose 20 pounds for spring break in Cabo. That takes serious dedication.
The only reason that I didn't get into the school I wanted to go to is because I'm not black. And you know what? It took weeks to distress.
I had to go to yoga 3 times a week, but it's all okay. My dad's gonna sue the school.
I mean, nothing says disadvantage like a legacy like myself not getting into Yale. What am I gonna do? Go to state school?
Ew!
That was the worst argument I've ever heard in my life. Whoever prepped them is fired. It better not be a person who preps me, because if not, I'm fired too. Lord. Well, that's all for this segment. When we come back, we'll be talking about just how great the Age of Ultron was. I mean, who can hate the Avengers? Who can hate the Avengers? The Age of Ultron was great. We're going to talk about that when we come back. So, when we come back, wait, will I be coming back? Are we coming back after commercial?